Okay, so just got out of my second class of the semester. It's marriage and the family. I don't want to take this. But so the lady the teacher, professor, is a little bit older, and so she is one of those older people that is like, oh, all people your age are bad, like y'all are bad at communicating. And she gave us like an extra credit assignment that like you have to, while you're talking and having a conversation with someone, you're like letting them know beforehand, and then you have to repeat back to them, like summarize what they said, not just what you wanted to hear out of it. And then see like how well you did, and if they were like, if you did good, or if you like how they took how you did. Sir, you need to not be going that fast. I'm sorry. I'll try and get as forward as possible. But like that kind of annoyed me, cause I work in a restaurant. I have to communicate with people all the time, and she was saying so many of like our generation, so many people in our generation are like having trouble communicating. Like, no, not all of us are. And it annoys me so much when people just assume stuff, and I just get lumped into the lazy generation, or the generation that can't communicate. Like, some of us can. I've also, I've been to counseling a lot. I want to be a counselor when I get older. But I've learned to communicate. And you have to, like, in a restaurant, or at least the kind of restaurant that I work at, where you get call-in orders, you have to learn how to communicate. And, like, I also, because of my nature, I listen to people. Like, I do that. So I think it's really dumb that she's like, and she literally said, y'all aren't going to be able to do this. It's going to take you so many tries. I'm like, you don't even know me. Like, you don't know who you're talking to. Like, don't assume stuff. Like, come on. That's not, like, as a professor, you should know not to assume stuff. And she also said, at the beginning, my school offers, like, on-call, I was about to say online, but on-call, like, therapist. And so she was like, yeah, we're going to talk about deep topics. So if anything comes up, like, you can always call them. And I thought that was pretty cool that she, like, mentioned that. Because I found that out because I was looking for the counselor, like, guidance counselor names for my school, and I happened across counseling, which is what she was talking about. Oh, that was really juicy. But yeah, so one of my teachers is super duper sassy. The other one is older and tough. And she's also, I'm assuming, has never had kids. Okay, she was like, oh yeah, I have 6 of them. And I was just kind of like, okay, you're a little lady. That is impressive for you. And then she was like, no, I adopted them. It's like, okay, not as impressive, but still sweet. And someone's phone went off. And another thing, we have, she was like, okay, we need to select a class charity. We were like, okay, that's weird. We chose, it was between March of Dimes, some breast cancer organization, and some other one that involves kids. And we picked the one that voted for, or we all voted, and the kids one won. I voted for breast cancer. But, so we picked a class charity, and then she was like, okay, anytime your phone goes off, and then we also picked a dollar amount. We picked $1. But any time your phone goes off, you owe the class charity $1. And there was one guy that, like, the teacher had been talking, and then there was a brief pause, and you heard someone's phone vibrate, and she just kind of looked and was, like, in the general direction that we heard it, and she was like, okay, who's gonna own up to that one? And this one guy was like, well, I'm gonna be like Jesus and, like, throw myself down. And he got into his backpack, and it was just like, I don't even care about that person, and I spent $1 on them. What the heck? And that made all of us laugh. And there was one guy that was staring at me the whole time. Like, he was trying to hold eye contact with me, and I was like, boyfriend. And there was one sensitive subject that came up that I just kind of, like kept my head down, because I was like, okay, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. And when I looked up, like, he was staring at me, and I was like, thanks, buddy. Good job. But, yeah, that's how my first day of marriage in the family went. Okay, so I just, went to the mall and went to FYE, and I bought an explicit CD, and they literally carded me for it. Like, the songs have a few cuss words, and you're gonna card me? Really? Why? Like, come on. I just found it really funny. And they were trying so hard to get me to, like, do some card thing. And I was like, no. And I literally just moved because a guy pulled up next to where I was parked. How does one open this? I don't know. I'm gonna use Sarah's house key. Maybe. No, because there's nowhere to use a key on it. Why? I am an adult. I should be able to open a CD without assistance. Okay, now we're just... It has taken me 2 minutes to open this stupid thing. I just want you open.
Feel sexual. You can always go along but professional. They stick pins in you like a vegetable. Kids forever, kids forever. Maybe soft skin turns into leather. Don't be dramatic, it's only some plastic. No one will love you if you're unattractive. Oh, Mrs. Potato Head told me.
Too loud. There we go. Go faster. to what car rides are like, you know, and what I'm currently listening to.
My friends don't walk, they run. Skinny dipping rabbit holes for fun. Popping balloons with guns. Getting high off helium. We paint white roses red.
Oh no, I can't see that truck. It's covered in camo.
Is a killer. Getting drunk with a caterpillar. The skin off my face. Cries out, we hate being safe. Their nose, they make me afraid. They're crazy,
That hurt.
feel safe. Once, maybe I'm mad. The craziest friend that you ever had. You think I'm psycho, you think I'm mad. Tell the psychiatrist something is wrong. Over the bed, entirely bonkers. You like me best when I'm off my rocker. Tell you a secret, I'm not alarmed. So if I'm crazy, the best people are. All the best people are crazy. All the best people are. Where is my prescription? Doctor, please listen. My brain is scattered. Give me Alex, I'll be the Mad Hatter. The skin off my face. Cries out, we hate being safe.
Okay, you don't even have your headlights on. That's dangerous. Don't you hate people that have obnoxiously bright headlights? Like, you're driving through this city, you don't need headlights like that. You really don't. And one of the CDs I got today was Melanie Martinez. I don't know if I said that in the earlier clip, but yeah, I like her. And I don't know, I just want, like, I used to love CDs. And then I just kind of forgot about them because I have Spotify. So I felt like it didn't really matter. But then me and Tyler went to FYE and he got a CD and I was like, I love CDs. I forgot about that. And I had like 2 or 3 One Direction ones in my car. But I had forgotten how much I loved them. So I got more variety of CDs now. And I'm kind of having trouble. Because, like, I don't need to be recording right now. But I'm driving and eating an apple. And I wouldn't be able to juggle my phone, too. So if there's a stoplight, I'll hit the stop button. But not really a stoplight, but not going fast. So why not?